everyone, it's Crystal, and today I have another process video of a layout that I completed here a couple days ago. So I'm using my July's Scraptastic Club kits out on the town. I purchased the main kit and the add-on. So I already had my photos picked out for this, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and mat them on some black cardstock, so that's all I'm doing here. These photos are pictures of my sister that we had taken back in June of 2010, and it came from a cell phone, so they're not like, the greatest quality, but they do have some meaning, and I really wanted to get these scrapped. Alright, so in my last video I explained how I do my matting, so if you want to refer back to that video, but I don't measure, I just put it on there and just eyeball it. So that's all I did there. So these are pretty much the papers that I decided I wanted to use for this layout. Was this beautiful, it's like a teal turquoise color, and it has white polka dots on it. And I knew that I definitely wanted to use this star paper as the background because my sister likes things with stars. So I knew I definitely wanted to use that. And then I also had the one sheet, I think it's from Echo Park, that has like the speech bubbles on it on the black paper with like the white speech bubbles and arrows in it. So right here you see it. I knew I wanted to cut out some of those arrows and little doodads off there, so I went ahead and I cut those out, and those were a pain in the butt to freehand, but I did it anyways. And I also wanted to definitely use that blue wood grain on the back of that sheet too, so I had to be careful in where I chose things out of that I wanted to cut out. So just using my scissors here and cutting these out. These scissors I'm using, I know you can't really see them, but they're the Martha Stewart scissors, and I love them. I just picked them up from Joann's probably about 2 weeks ago, and they were like 40% off, but I really, really like those scissors so far. And these arrows were a pain in the butt to cut out. This last arrow, which I'm messing around with now, which you don't see me doing, so I apologize, I end up screwing it up, so I just threw it away and said screw it. I hate cutting sometimes. Alright, so I'm looking at this layout right now, and I realized that that one sheet right there that I cut out was too small because I wanted the framing to go, the matting from the photos to be on that wood grain paper, so I had to recut off another sheet, which thankfully I didn't use at all when I was the previous time. So here I'm just playing around with some embellishments and seeing which ones I want to use, and I'm going off the sticker sheet and looking. So I finally decided that I wanted to take an inch off each of these edges because I did not want it to go all the way to the edge of the pink paper, which that cardstock I know is reading on camera like a red color, but it's not. It's actually a real nice pink color. And I'm just gluing down my pattern paper. And I just trim off a little bit off these edges here. And then put my photos back on, and I think I'm just going to play around with more of the embellishments and trying to figure out how I want things to go. Now I've already known that's how I want my photos, so I'm going to adhere those here in a minute, and then again I'm just going through my kit, pulling out some tags and looking at the sticker sheet. And guys, I apologize. I know this happened in one of my other videos. My camera starts this bouncing around, shaking thing. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I got to contact the manufacturer about that because it's really starting to make me mad. I had to think of another word because the word that was going to come out of my mouth wasn't a good one. So anyways, I'm just adhering the photos down to the layout, and then I'm going to start adhering some of my embellishments. Now when I do my embellishments, sometimes I use my ATG gun, some I use glossy accents. It just really depends. And pop dots, and yeah, I just use whatever adhesive I feel like using at that particular time. So I decided here that the page was too flat, that I wanted to give it some dimension, and the easiest way to do that is just add some pop dots. So I'm just going around and putting some pop dots under some of the corners of the paper and under some of the embellishments just to help give it a little bit of dimension. I know it's going to be in a page protector and in an album, But I just feel sometimes when you just add a little bit of dimension to your layouts, it does really make it pop off the page. At least that's what I think, and I don't know. That's what I do. And as with anything, I use tons of pop dots, tons of adhesive, and then I'm stuck here playing around, taking these backer sheets off these pop dots, which are a pain in the butt. It takes me forever. I don't know why I have such a problem with this, but I do. Alright, so I'm just gluing down this flare badge, and that badge says yes. And again, pretty much all this stuff, I think all this stuff so far has been out of the kit. I only used Mr. Huey's mask and some spray, Heidi Swap Color Shine spray. So I decided that the layout just didn't seem right. Like it needed something added to it. So I thought about framing it in. So I used one of my markers, a black marker, and I just put some lines going around the edges. And I like the way that looked there. And I should have stopped right there, but I didn't. You're going to see here in a little bit. I didn't stop there. I completely ruined my layout. So I'm using some of these enamel dots that came in a kit as well, and I only used one on each embellishment cluster, so not a lot going on there. And now I'm going to go ahead with the title, and I named this layout Crazy Wings. And the reason behind that is, and I'm going to explain this because when Jason looked at this, he was like, I don't understand the reason behind this, like the title. And it's very easy. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings, me, my mom, and my sister, and we were kind of acting a little bit crazy. And so that's how I came up with the title, Crazy, because we were acting crazy, and Wings because that's what we were eating. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings. So, yeah. I just wrote the date right there, which was June 1st of 2010. And I think here's where I'm looking on what I can do to add to this layout. So I pull out my Mr. Huey's mask with these stars and spray it in here. And then I spray it down here, and this is where I completely messed up my layout. I pull it up, and it's like all splattered. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I take a bite and I wipe it off. And I completely jacked up my layout. So I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness, what can I do to fix this? I can't believe I just did this. I was so mad at myself. So I pull out some scraps I had and think, okay, well if I layer them here, but I didn't like that look. So I'm like, well, what can I do? So I pulled off that main sheet and I said, well, I'll go and work from the back side of it because I already sprayed it to test it out there, and I'll see how that looks. So it didn't look bad. But so I'm pulling off the title and I'll put it back on the back side of here. And guys, I'm still not done messing this layout up. I had such a problem. The main part of this layout I liked, where I got my photos and my embellishment clusters. I love that. I think it looks really nice, and I'm really happy with that. It was just the pink paper was just so plain to me that I felt I needed to add more to it. So what do? I already messed it up once. Why not just keep going? I pull out this mask again and spray some more sprays. So anyways, that's the way I left it. I'm not thrilled about it. It's not the worst layout I've done, but it's not certainly the best. In time, I might decide to go through and pull back off that main piece and put it on another sheet of cardstock. But as of right now, that's what it looks like. So that's my layout. It's a crazy one. It matches the title. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and you're going to be seeing, if you're not seeing it already, some still photos of what it looks like. And if you want, check my blog out. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!